Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 3. Liverpool steal 3 points at Villa Park on Boxing Day. Now, where have I been? Where's Nathan been? Obviously, we've had the World Cup. I've also been at university doing my degree, so apologies for the lack of content. I've also been ill over the past week, so we haven't been able to do much in terms of a preview of any upcoming content. But hopefully this weekend, further going ahead now, there should be at least a little bit more traction going back into it. But on to the game. Who cares? Who bloody cares? It's disappointing, isn't it? It's really disappointing to see. I was coming into this game not really that confident anyway. We don't really do well against Liverpool. It's been about 2-3 years now, I think they've said, since the 7-2 win at Villa Park. And tonight it just didn't look like it was our day at all. We just didn't seem up for it. It just felt like maybe, while some teams are back into the swing of things like Newcastle and Brighton, perhaps it's just not our day to kick on. And ultimately this is, I don't want to say another training session, because admittedly we've had about 5 since the World Cup's been going on. But Villa were just not at the races today, conceding a goal after 5 minutes to Mohamed Salah, and 35 minutes to Virgil van Dijk as well, 2-0 down at half time, is really going to bring the team down, really bring the mood of the fans down. Now we do get back into it with Ollie Watkins' header, really nice place, one from a good cross in from Douglas Luiz to make it 2-1. But in the dynamics of the game, Liverpool makes a substitution. That substitution goes on to score within minutes of coming on the pitch, and killing any hope that Villa have at trying to get at least a point back to the game. But from a Villa perspective, there are some positives. The fact that at times we were really giving it towards Liverpool, showing a great sign of aggression in our play, trying to actually bully Liverpool's defence. Really good periods of points where, especially in the second half, we're continuously piling on the pressure with the chances that we are able to create. There clearly is chances creatable in this team. The big issue is just not being clinical enough. The amount of times, immediately before Ollie Watkins scores, how many times does he get a chance and not hit the target or not get it in the goal? If that's a different striker, if that's possibly Danny Ings, one of those is at least going in the back of the net. You've got Meatball McGinn, the guy who likes to seem to whack them when he's in the wrong position, likes to take the wrong decision. He is through on goal perfectly to just put his foot through the ball. And what does he do? He's that crap haircut he's got and heads it straight into the ground. That is the type of missed chances that don't result in points that we should be gaining. And ultimately, you look back at it and you say, I wonder where we didn't get those 3 points from. It's from stuff like that, stupid decisions, not giving us a chance back into the game. Because when you're doing stuff like that, it's ridiculous. On top of that, defensively, not looking at all that good. Are both 4 fullbacks. I don't really know why Cash isn't playing in this game as well, unless it's because of the World Cup and Unai Emery's perhaps not really had enough time to establish training sessions with him. But even still, Poland went out early in the World Cup anyway, towards the quarterfinals. So it's still time to work with Cash, and there still would have been a few weeks there. Digne didn't have a great game. Ashley Young looked miles off it. McGinn was poor. Douglas Luiz couldn't keep the ball for his life. And he just wasn't clicking for Bailey or Buendia either. So therefore you got Watkins just stuck up top, being really isolated and not having anything to thrive off of. And the sad part is, I don't even think Liverpool were massively that great. So I think it was, as I said, just us not playing it, not being at the races today, and not showing enough spirit going forward to try and find that equaliser or try and find that winner. Just not enough cutting quality. And really, it could be the theme until the window, but it does show in the areas where Unai Emery needs to strengthen upon, where he's going to hopefully strengthen upon, because there is seriously some players here that just aren't simply good enough anymore. We can't keep relying on... there's a lot of players that are still here from 3-4 years ago, like McGinn, Konza, Mings. We're relying on Ashley Young from years ago because he has a few good performances, but then everyone forgets he can have performances like tonight. There are players here that just aren't it, and we need to move forward and stop being sentimental. And that's for Unai Emery to decide. That's for him to see what needs strengthening and what needs changing, because there is a lot in this team that needs changing, from being this mediocre mid-table side again to the ones that the owners are pushing forward to, with this stadium expansion, with this new badge change, with everything. It needs to start being reflected on the pitch, and hopefully Unai Emery's going to get that right tonight. But ultimately, pretty dull game of football going around. Both teams missing chances here and there. It's just that Liverpool, to me, the more ruthless team, and put them away. It is Tottenham Hotspur away on New Year's Day. We're not going to win there, are we? Let's face it, we don't do well against Tottenham, and it's just not going to happen. But it all can change on day, all can change on the day. But tonight, it's just not there for me. If I have to pick up a man of the match, it's probably going to have to be Ollie Watkins. Actually, no, Kamara shows there's one redeeming quality in that Villa starting lineup. There is absolutely a rock solid player there that we have signed, and thank God we picked him up, because he shows why when you go out there and put your ambitions to players like him, you're going to get that reward back in terms of quality, and that's what we saw tonight. Although he can be a bit shaky, and perhaps there is still a long way to go with him, already at this age he's showing what incredible potential he's got. So my man of the match would be Kamara. The rest of it, done and dusted. We go again on Sunday against Tottenham. Leave in the comments down below what you thought. Tottenham away, sorry. But it's Liverpool 3, Aston Villa at home 1. We go against Sunday, boys. We go against Sunday, boys.